Well, where's the line then? This is an interesting conversation. Where's the line between what their other official live videos are, you know, and what you would consider to be duping? Because there are other official live videos like Domination and Freedom, for example, they're live, but there's a ton of post-production put onto those things to make them sound like music videos. And they do. It sounds really, really good. I consider that still reality.
Just in case one doesn't work. No, dude.
Well, it wouldn't be the same audio, right? It would just be the video.
They definitely do post-production where, like, I know what you were saying, Champ, like they make the mixing done so well. So from experience doing this with bands, with music videos, so what I would do is a band would come to me, record a music video, and sometimes I would still put like kick triggers or snare triggers, just enhance the drums, just to make sure that they're popping out a little bit, because sometimes they get lost in the echo. I know that happens quite often. Sometimes you'll tune a vocal line if you can get it tuned on the spot, but I don't really hear the tuning of anything being done with those songs I've heard. I've just heard like a lot of EQing and compression in those older videos you're talking about. From what I heard, and I didn't hear a double trigger. I didn't hear any drum triggers or nothing. So you could just tell that there's heavy EQing and compression on the live performances, in my opinion. From what I could hear, I'm not like the best at hearing, but my theory is I don't think they're really doing any of the stuff that I mentioned, but I do know some bands do that. They'll like I've done it myself for bands' music videos where I'll put in like a little snare trigger so it'll stand out a little bit. I had to tune a bass line because the bass line was captured separately. I'll had to tune a bass note real quick or something here and there. I don't really hear that because you could hear that pretty evidently. And after seeing Band-Maid live, Misa doesn't even fuck up anyways, so you wouldn't need to do it. So, we're not supposed to swear. But anyways, but yeah,
here's the thing: if you ever you record a live show, right, and you're production, right, you're producing the show, and you're gonna put it out for people to watch, and you hear it and like, man, that sounds like shit. There's nothing we can do about it. Put it out anyway.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna freaking
fix
tweak it. But the idea of them like lying about a performance. Whatever.
I remember one band sent me a project. They're like, "Can you make us sound good?" And I literally had to turn it down. It was like utter trash. I was like, "Dude, this is gonna." I was like, "Sure, this is gonna be $400." I told them this is gonna be $400.
Hey, I suppose if they're willing to fork out, then you'll make the time for it. But tonight, though, we'll actually be watching a live stream that they're playing in real time, so it'll be guaranteed no tweaks. It'll all be live. So, I mean, they're willing to put that out there. They can't hide anything in that. So, I mean, I think that says all we need to know about this, you know?
I mean,
we're willing to live stream a real show.
We all saw them live. Like we don't even really need to like consider this. We know what they're capable of doing live. Like they're 100% effort and 100% success rate from at least the things that I've seen, you know? So if they were to do something, if they were to do something like that, I would think it would be because something major happened, like a major sound issue or something, and they had to. Because, like, think about the amount of videos. Like, I've reacted to videos. You guys have probably reacted to videos too. They're like stage mix compilations, but it has like one individual audio underneath it, right? So it'll be like, here's the Zepp Garden audio, but it's a stage mix compilation of like 5 different, performances that they've done just for the video itself.
They used to make music videos.
Yeah, and that stuff doesn't really bother me that much because you can see them live and you know that they're capable of doing it. So whatever.
I got to mention something about the soundboard. So there was a soundboard that I was fortunate enough to hear on a show for Band-Maid, and the soundboard capture is immaculate. So you guys got to keep that in mind. The soundboard is like perfect sounding. And a lot of that has to do with their precise, perfect playing also. And so even when you have those mics, some of those amps have a DI going into the board. And on that board, they had DI and mics. So what they're doing in post-production, I can't remember which concert it was. We watched the concert and I remember thinking, oh, the mix is a little weird. Then they re-released it and they perfected it because they were able to balance that DI sound and the mic, because most amps have a DI that go out the back of it. And I think that's what Band-Maid does. But like, if you're a bad performer, like it's still going to sound like shit. Like you have to be nailing that either way. So that's why I don't mind.
Then nobody would mix sound at a fucking live show.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
there's production going on the whole time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And some, like some, I don't know. I don't think Bandmaid does this, but like there are a lot of artists out there that have it like directly on their microphones, like singers that have like auto tune directly on their microphones, without even post production. It's just there live.
Bandmaid doesn't do that. We can hear Psyche. Sometimes she's flat.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely happens.
It happens.
Even on like their.
And why do we hear that? Because they left it.
Open the kimono.
And I will say, even like their official not Choose Me, I'm sorry. What's the one that you don't like, Ryan?
What?
Cross? Is that what the name of it?
Ryan doesn't like a Bandmaid song? What?
I like at least.
Cross, like in their official live video of Cross, like she's definitely straining vocally. You could hear it. It's very obvious, and they didn't try to get rid of that or anything. So I respect that.
Oh, people like it's Cross. Cross is one he doesn't like.
Yeah.
I've been slowly trying to move the fans off of Chemical Reaction and me onto Ryan and Cross for the last few weeks.
The beautiful thing about going to live shows compared to like watching it from like the room is that I love how like none of that matters when you're in the experience. It's so crazy. Like you ever you're like recording and you're like, I don't remember it sounding like that when I was there. It's so wild how that works. I love how your brain just like fucks with you in a way where you're like, you're just totally enjoying it. That's why I think people should go to concerts, because it is different. Because watching the live shows on with Eric, I remember when we first watched one of their live shows, like it was nothing compared to when we actually saw them until we saw Eggman. Eggman is like the best filmed, recorded live of Bandmaid I've ever seen. That was shockingly amazing compared to the other ones, because other ones there's always sound issues, and that one was like fucking flawless for some reason.
I still think there's that Tokyo one
in the studio.
It's because they recorded
none of it's live.
You heard it here first. Ryan says because they recorded in the studio ahead of time and then overlaid it on Eggman.
Damn it.
You blew it, man.
The only reason it sounds so good.
If you are enjoying these clips from our full podcast, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on all those notifications so you don't miss out when we go live on Sunday, which is always the same time at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you can't catch it there, we're also on Spotify and future streaming platforms in the future, because that's where the future takes place. I don't know. Just hit subscribe, guys.